Hi everybody, I'm Mahin and welcome to this Bellydance Quickies, Bellydance Basic. Today we're going to be breaking down the pelvic tuck and pelvic drop positions. These are super important for things like ummies or interior hip circles and camels and all kinds of other things like undulations. So this is a really good point to get down. So let's break it down. So as always, let's start in good posture. We're going to take our feet underneath our hip joints. We're going to keep our knees soft. And we're going to start with our pelvis in neutral, ribs lifted up, and arms out here, or you can take them down here, your choice. Right now we're going to be talking about the pelvis mostly today. So what we're going to be using is a pelvic tuck and a pelvic drop. So this is much easier seen from the side, so I'm going to turn sideways for you. So from here you can see how my knees are bent. And when we take our pelvis, you want to think about this whole bony unit of the pelvis. We're going to be dialing it back this way and forward this way. So if you can imagine if you had a dial on each side of your pelvis and you could dial it back and dial it forward. That's what we're looking for right now. So the muscles that are going to take your hips into this tucked or dialed back position called a posterior tilt. This is going to be your transverse abdominis, which runs across the low part of your abdomen, and your psoas, which runs diagonally down in here much deeper. So those muscles are going to be the ones that you're going to tuck up with. So this is not your glute muscles. You're going to leave those for other things. We're going to tuck up from here. So you can go ahead and check and make sure your glutes are not engaging right there. So we're going to come up, and then we're going to release those muscles and just let the pelvis fall back into a natural position. So neutral, natural. Okay, most of us have a bit of a sway in our back, and that is our natural position. When we straighten our pelvis into this neutral position, meaning not tilted forward and not tilted back, then that is our neutral. So natural, neutral, posterior tilt, anterior tilt. Okay, so from here, we're going to tuck up, and then we're going to release. Now the important thing here is that we release and that we don't use our low back muscles to jam our pelvis into this position or use any other kind of funky back things to get this pelvis back there. We don't want to do any of that. It doesn't have to be that big. Tuck, release, tuck, release. If you feel like this movement is not getting any space, check your knees, because if you're up too high, it's going to be kind of small and it's going to feel tight across here, especially if your hip flexors are tight. So soft knees, give your hips room to move, tuck and drop, tuck and drop. All right, so there is our movement. Now you know where you're working from. We're going to drill a little bit with some music. We're going to use a shift-a-telly. So doom ka tek, doom doom tak. So we're going to use our doom for our drop, and we're going to lift up in between. So let's do this with some music. All right, we're going to get set up. Feet underneath hip joints, knees soft, pelvis starting in neutral, lifts up on your ribs, and arms out here. And ready? We're going to listen for that doom. We're going to go drop, up, drop, tuck, drop, tuck, drop, tuck, drop, tuck, drop, tuck, drop, tuck. We're going to drop twice next time. So we're going to go drop, up, drop, drop, up, following that shifty, down and up and drop, drop, up, drop and up and drop, drop, up. Great. So those are going to be useful for ummies, and we'll break those down next week. Hey, thanks for dancing with me. You can subscribe right here and the new belly dance ideas will keep coming. Then follow me over here and let's dance some more.